The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros are statements made by Dereck Chisora. All right, and let's just share the screen for a moment. Dereck Chisora posted on Instagram, I only need to land one punch to hit the target. I will eat leather and go to hell and back to land it. No mercy. Hashtag Usyk Chisora, hashtag War Chisora. Trill, one of your favorite fighters in the sport of boxing, Dereck Chisora. What are your thoughts on his comments?
I believe him. I believe him. If you don't have no other skill but to land a big. So, of course, he's willing to get beat up and pummeled and everything else just to land this one shot. Of course, people are going to be like, Trill, what are you saying? He don't got no special talent that I think. Not no speed or something that's going to get him there to do anything. He better land what they would say, the punch from the gods. He better land something like that. Because I don't think he's going to be able to beat Usyk unless he does. So yeah.
Are you going on record right now and saying that you're favoring Usyk to win this fight?
I'm going on record to say that Chisora better train his face if he plans on landing this big shot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of face exercises he can do, but he need to train his face to take punches because that's what he's going to have to do to try to get Usyk out of there. Shout out to Usyk. Put some respect on my man's name. Ukraine in the building.
G.
Man. Yo, it's examples like this that solidify to me that Chisora is just a glorified gatekeeper. And I don't mean no disrespect, but I'm like, bro, you didn't learn from Wilder, man. It's like, to me, it's the same lingo. I just got to land the punch. It's like, bro, you're about to go up against a dude whose footwork is like out of this world, who uses angles out the wazoo. And you talking about all I got to do is just swing and connect with the leather. It's like, I already know you came into the fight to lose. You know what I mean? So, like, this is just hey, Chisora does have, it's the heavyweight division, right? One punch could change the whole thing. But when we're comparing skills to skill, man, it's all one-sided, man. Usyk's going to take this one. And so, I don't know, man. It's just sad when a dude talks like that. It just tells me he's not taking it serious. And Chisora's that guy where win, lose, or draw, the UK is going to have his back regardless. So he could get knocked out by Usyk in this fight and still get a huge payday and still fill out the O2 arena after. It doesn't matter. Like, he has a unique fan base. A salute to him, you know? So
they know he's going to get knocked out or try to knock somebody out.
Yeah, it's like, okay, duh.
To back off of what you were saying too, G. Yeah, he trained under with Lomachenko for how many years, and his dad for how many years?
Man, listen,
he's going to two-step. He's going to two-step slide and punch him in the face.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
And punch him in the face.
Yo, it's gonna be sad, man. And because to me, it's kind of like, how I look at it is like, even after Usyk, if let's just say I believe he is gonna win, I'm not gonna consider Usyk one of the top heavyweights. I'm just not gonna do that because I'm like, I don't really believe Chisora is really that test. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like, all right, you could be considered amongst the top 10, I guess, but I don't know how you'll do against the top 5. You know what I mean? And Chisora is definitely not one of the top 5. Chisora's that type of dude. Like when he fought Dillian White, the second time he was winning, but he got clipped and he got dropped, and that was it. Done. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I don't know. I'm not really impressed by Chisora, and I don't want to like beat down a dead horse or nothing. Like, salute to him, man. He's entertaining. I follow him on Twitter. He makes me laugh, but that's about it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, Usyk got this. He makes me laugh, yo.
Good laugh.
Yeah.
All right, Ned.
His fighting skills are cute. You know what I mean?
And listen, they just want, Chisora feels like they just want to feed him to the wolves, and he's not going to go out like that, man. He's going to do what he got to do to get through Usyk, and he's going to land that punch. And I feel where he's coming from, even though we know the outcome of the fight, what it may be, but let's not forget Chisora ain't no slouch. And I think, like, it's just, he feels disrespected a little bit by the fans or by the boxing world when they're looking at him like, oh, he's food for Usyk. But, we never know. It's going to be a great fight. It's going to be great promotion. And this is just the lead up to the fight in the ring. Chisora is a wild boy, and he likes talking his mess. And I always like to tune in because it's entertaining.
Man, listen, they just fed that poor man to a Ukrainian bear, bro. I'm saying, like, he's done, bro.
You guys, man, y'all are tripping. Y'all are showing lack of respect for Dereck Chisora's extremely high boxing IQ. Dereck Chisora knows all the things you said. What is he going to go in the ring and try to box him? That's when I would have a problem with what Dereck Chisora is trying to say. He's telling you he knows that he needs to go in there and land a big punch on Oleksandr Usyk. Bravo! Duh. We all know that. We all know that. So all he's explaining to you is he's not going there to win points. He's not going there. But you guys said something that I just want to touch on. So it's like, it always amazes me because when I look at Dereck Chisora, I think of a man who, if he was carefully matched and was afraid to take on challenges, he'd have a great record. Because he lost to Vitaly Klitschko, he lost to Tyson Fury twice, and he lost to Dillian White twice. That's 5 L's. There are more L's, but what I'm saying is Chisora didn't just go in the ring against scrubs and get waxed, right? He went in there against dogs and he lost. And he's still calling out the dogs. And even in his last fight with Dillian White, he was winning that fight before he got knocked out. How would Deontay Wilder do with Dillian White? Or Chisora didn't get beat up by Tyson Fury the way Deontay Wilder did. So it's kind of like it's easy to look at Chisora and laugh at Chisora because he took on the challenges that would allow us to know he can't beat the elite guys.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But some of the guys he's been in the ring with are absent from other people's resumes. And so, like, for me, I give Dereck Ward Chisora a lot of credit because he's the fighter we always talk about. I talk about this with Trill. We always say, well, we want the best to fight the best. We don't give Shane Mosley the credit he deserves. Mm-hmm. Shane Mosley stepped in the ring with everybody. Yeah, he lost. He lost a lot. He lost to Floyd. He lost to Vernon Forrest. He lost to
Shane also won the big ones,
he lost to Cotto. Yeah, he won some big ones. Well, I'm saying we can name all the people he lost to, but Shane won some big ones too. We always say we want our fighters to fight the best, right? Tell me who Shane Mosley didn't fight. List the name that's not on his resume. I bet you it's not. I bet you you're gonna be hard pressed to tell me the good fighter that Shane Pacquiao. This guy fought all the guys, and he lost. And we don't mention him as a great. I use Shane Mosley as the perfect example that you don't want what you asking for. You say I just want the best to fight the best, and when they do that and lose, you don't even give a damn about him anymore. At the end of Shane Mosley's career, he wasn't getting checks like he deserved. He gave us all the fights we wanted. He just didn't win. A lot of them.
Yeah, Shane Mosley.
Some of them.
Yeah. Just to, don't mean to cut you off, but I get where you're going. The difference is Shane Mosley won some big ones. You know what I'm saying? Chisora ain't never won a big one. But I get
there's a difference. Yeah,
he ain't no Shane Mosley, and I consider Shane Mosley one of the greats because one of those reasons is because he fought everybody, and Shane didn't take no breaks. He fought everybody back to back to back.
Hey, hold on.
And this is how you know. Hold on. This is another thing. This is how you know Shane Mosley is far from a Chisora. You ain't gonna bring a new dude into a division and say, "Hey, fight Shane Mosley." You get what I'm saying? It's like you're not doing that.
You would.
like Usyk, they're like, yo, they like, yo, Usyk, yo, we're gonna give you a freebie. Take it on Chisora real quick. You know what I mean? That's what it really is. It's like we know this is literally a gatekeeper event. Let's just see if Usyk could get into the door into the top 10. That's what it really is.
Because he was batted by the elite so early.
All right, so here's what I want to do. I want to send some claps to Trill, send some claps to G. Great point. But I also want to say something to you guys as well. Remember, G, this is going into a little story. Well, we were at the comedy show when we went undergrad, and this comedian who happened to be named Dion Cole, who eventually went on to do some great things, was on stage telling one of his jokes. And I had heard this joke before, and I told it to one of my friends before we went to the show, and that friend was sitting in the front row, and we were sitting in the back, and Dion Cole started to tell the joke, and the joke was, you know, dudes be so jealous. You just be in the car, and the girl be like, I'm starving like Marvin. And the dude pulled a call, but like, who the F is Marvin? Right? And so he told the joke. Well, my friend who was sitting in the front finished the joke before he could, because I had told that joke, right? And so Dion Cole looked at her and said, hey, listen, follow the bouncing ball. Don't skip ahead, right? And so for you to follow the bouncing ball, don't skip ahead. I was getting there. Shane won some big fights, and Dereck Chisora never won some big fights. But that's how we know who he is, and that's why we're able to say the things that we can say about Dereck Chisora right now, because he stepped in with the elites in his division. He couldn't beat them, but he stepped in with them, and that's how we know what type of fighter he is. We know he's a gatekeeper. We know that about Dereck Chisora. Shane Mosley was able to beat some guys. That's why he's considered a great, and he's considered a Hall of Famer. Chisora, no Hall of Famer. Mosley, a Hall of Famer. But my point is, where do we start giving people credit for taking on the challenges, even if they don't win?
I actually respect that, because that's my issue with, especially with the heavyweight division.
Yeah, I used to say that about that.
Like everyone's ducking each other, or they're waiting for the hugest payday to take on the big fights. So I give you that. You know what I mean?
That's my only thing.
But that's the only thing I'm gonna give.
That's my only point. I wasn't saying Chisora's a world beater. I'm not saying that. He's been in with some world beaters though, and he got beaten. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Chisora to me is the UK version of Gerald Washington, bro. I'm being
because Gerald,
no.
Gerald don't put up the fight that Chisora does against.
He's Adrian Granados.
Yeah, Chisora.
I'm trying to stay in the same division though. That's why
Chisora doesn't get waxed. Chisora's in it till he's out of it. You know what I'm saying? So give my man Chisora his credit.
Salute toward Chisora, man.
So all I'm saying is this.
I gave him 100 on heart.
Yeah, I did too.
Based on that, right? Dereck Chisora is a great fight for Usyk to find out where he stands in the heavyweight division, because if he's elite, he'll do to him what all the other elites have done, which is beat him. But if he's not, then he's going to lose, and he should take his behind back to cruiserweight. Chisora has proven to be the perfect guy for Usyk to step in the ring with, especially before fighting Anthony Joshua. If he beats Dereck Chisora, knocks out Dereck Chisora, go ahead and fight Anthony Joshua. But if you struggle with Dereck, want a split decision against Dereck, get a split decision draw against Dereck, you got Dereck Chisora problems. Leave Anthony Joshua alone.
Anthony Joshua.
So it's a great test for those reasons. So that's the point I was trying to get at with you guys. But I respect your points, and I agree with them 100%.
Attack of the gate.
Is that it? Anybody got anything else to say?
No.
Break his face, Chisora. No, son.
I haven't picked yet for that fight.
We need to do that.
You got Chisora.
No, listen. Don't try to do that. Here's my thing. When Usyk fought Chaz Witherspoon, it was his first fight at heavyweight. I think he's going to be more acclimated to the weight in the division and everything. So I want to see how he looks against Chisora, but I wasn't impressed with the performance against Witherspoon. But Witherspoon was also a guy who wasn't committing, who wasn't doing much or whatever. I know Usyk can look better, but this is going to be a tricky fight to pick for me. Because if Usyk comes in like he did against Witherspoon,
he's done.
Chisora might have another one.
He ain't gonna eat the body shots to become
that one right there. I totally agree. Facts. Because I didn't like how he looked against Witherspoon.
He's finally gonna be top 10.
He's already talking about if he wins, he's gonna have to fight AJ. That's what he said. He said he was gonna have to.
Oh,
man. It's crazy. Please like and subscribe. Let us know how you feel. Check out our podcast on all major streaming services. And check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. It's the Boxing Bros.
How the hell AJ gonna beat up the UK mascot, bro?
We in the feeling like we're gonna fight ya.